Good morning. Welcome back to Yoga for Athletes. My name is Lisa Joy Glassman. I'm an integrated movement specialist. I combine my knowledge and experience with yoga practice, with being a personal trainer, and as a massage therapist to bring to you a combination of movement skills so that you can be your very best self. So today we have Yoga for Athletes. This class is designed for every kind of athlete, any age, maybe former, more experienced, even professional athlete, all the way to the novice, new, even if you're a kid at heart, any age. So what you might need for this practice is, of course, first and foremost is just yourself. But if you have very tight legs, tight hamstrings, that's the back of your thighs or a tight back, you might want something like this, a block. Now you can have one block, maybe you have two blocks, and if you don't have blocks, maybe you have large soup pots work really well, or some books, anything that would help raise the height of the ground. Like I said, you don't need these, but if you have them, they might be helpful. And they can serve a couple of purposes. You might also want a seat or a cushion to sit on. You can use the block for that too. And the reason that you might want to sit up on something is to help open the front of the hips. So maybe you sit on something and it's not quite high enough. You can even raise the hips up a little bit more. So we're going to start in a seated position for this class. So you can go ahead, get yourself low to the ground. If you have a mat or a towel just to block out your space, that could be helpful. The mat might have a little stick to it, which can be helpful as well. Again, you don't need anything in particular except your own body in order to practice yoga. So I'll give you guys just a minute to get yourself settled and arranged. Once you get a comfortable seat, again, we're looking to open up the hips here. And the reason that we want to do that is so that you can maintain a neutral spine. So what do I mean by a neutral spine? I mean maintaining the natural curves of the back. So most of us were not designed to have this curve shape with a forward head that we do currently in our society from a lot of sitting and phone usage, computering, all of this sort of thing. So we want to help restore the natural curvature in the spine. And we use the yoga practice to do that. Now you guys know that when you're playing sports, maybe you're a musician, you play an instrument, having good posture allows for it to be easier to breathe, right? So that's one of the reasons we want to have good posture. We also want to have a balance across the muscles on the front and back of the body, the right and left side of the body. So if we're constantly curved over, obviously this is not in balance. So we want to restore that anatomical ideal, and having the seat helps allow your legs to drop down so you can open up the front of the hips. And we're going to be working on opening the hips quite a bit today. So take your seat and allow yourself to be sitting. You're welcome to close the eyes if that's appropriate for you in the environment you're in right now. Notice what's happening in the pelvis. Notice if you feel any tension or stiffness, any looseness. See what you can do by just fixing your attention to these areas and gently breathing in and out of them. So literally sending your air, your energy that you get from the air, it's called prana, to those areas that are tense, and see if you can help them open up. On your next inhalation, lengthen your spine, lift up through the very top of your head. On the exhalation, slide the shoulders down the back. Allow the palms to open and just take a few breaths here. Open palms is a sign of receptivity. So being open to the present moment exactly as it is. Remember that you are already perfect just by being exactly as you are. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Close the lips. And breathe more deeply in and out through the nose. You can even create a sound here. And notice where you feel the breath going. Do you feel it going into the chest, into the abdomen? Can you feel breath in your sides? Can you feel it in your back? And slowly drop your chin to your chest. If the eyes are closed, gently flutter the eyes open. And then inhale, roll your left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale, roll the chin back to the chest. Inhale, roll the right ear to the right shoulder. And exhale, roll the chin to the chest. Inhale to the left. Exhale, back down. Inhale to the right. Exhale it down. Again, inhale left. Exhale down. Inhale right. Exhale down. Keep the chin at the chest and inhale, lift the chest up to the chin. See if you can bring your chin and chest to touch by expansively breathing into the chest. Good. On an inhale, stretch the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the center of the chest. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice this morning. So we do this often in yoga classes as a way to focus your energy, right? To focus what you're doing in your body, with your mind, and with your heart. So take a moment to focus your attention, your energy towards something, or to something, or for something, or someone. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up and overhead. If you can, interlace the fingers here and reach over to the left side. Breathe into your right chest, your right ribs. Exhale. One more breath this way. Inhale, stretch the arms up and overhead. Go to the other side. Breathe into the side that's stretched. Inhale, slowly bring the arms up. Slide the hands behind the head. Press your head back into your hands. Open your elbows out wide. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Slowly fold the arms in. Let the head drop. Release the hands and start to walk your hands forward. So if you want to come off of your seat, if it's lifted, you can. As you stretch the arms forward. I want you to focus on expanding into the upper back here, to breathe into the space between the shoulder blades.
See if you can puff out or open up the upper back.
On an inhale, slowly lift yourself back up. Again, you can be on your props or you can have removed them. Extend your legs back out in front of you. Shake the knees. Give yourself a little bit of warming, rubbing sensations here. You can make circular motions. You can go into the feet a little bit, warm up the toes, move the ankles about. Good, and then bend your knees. Grab your front of your shin, so below the kneecap, and pull your spine up nice and tall. Wrap your left arm around your spine. Inhale, stretch the right arm up and reach it back behind you for a twist. Now you can use this arm here to squeeze the legs together and start getting the left arm involved. Use the right arm as a post, like your little tripod leg here, and press your spine up nice and tall. Take a few breaths here. Really notice how your body is rotated around your spine, around that central column. Gently release. Take the hands underneath or behind the thighs now, and lean back. Stretch the arms nice and long. Now, remember, we're looking at increasing or recovering that neutral spine. So if you find yourself rounded here, simply use the pressure of your hands on your thighs to lift up, and maybe lift one leg up and then the other. So again, you could have legs down, you could have one leg up, or both legs for this. This is called boat pose, and breathe. So we're trying to warm up the muscles in the body as we utilize and stretch them, okay? So having muscles that can lengthen while they're engaged, that's the idea. It's one of the main reasons why yoga can really help increase flexibility and mobility, pliability, and make it a lot safer. I know we're still here. Keep breathing. If you need to take breaks, take a break. Can help with, the athletic performance where you're going to the extremes of your body's movement. You want to have strength there. Good. Gently release. Open up the knees to either side, taking a diamond or a square shape. Grab onto the ankles here. Inhale, lift the spine up nice and tall. Exhale, round the spine, keeping the arms straight. Pull the navel back and round. Good. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And then inhale, go the reverse. So extend the spine. Exaggerate that experience of lifting the chest, of sending the tailbone back. And then on your next exhalation, round the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, curl a little more. Inhale, pull the spine forward, lift the chest, look up. Good. Again, exaggerate here. Now, keeping this extension in the spine, hinge your body forward and fold. Go as far as you can, but try to maintain that lift of the chest. Take 2 more breaths here. And then exhale, push your spine back and round, straightening the arms. From there, re-bend the arms and fold all the way over. Again, allow your body to breathe into the upper back, into the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, pull up through the spine, lift up one vertebrae at a time, and then exhale, hug the knees together. Bring your right arm around the shins this time. Inhale the left arm up and reach it back behind you. Use this hand to extend the spine up. Use this arm to squeeze the legs together and breathe here. Notice the rotation of your body. Take a few more breaths here. Slowly release. This time scoot yourself a little bit towards the edge of your mat if you're on one, and then lay all the way down on your back. We're going to just do a few pelvic tilts. So we want to rotate the pelvis back and forth. And we're going to use the muscles of the lower abdomen and the mid and low back. So similar to what we were just doing sitting up, I want you to pull your navel down, squeezing the abdominal muscles in, and you're going to pitch your hips up towards the sky. And then I want you to reverse. I want you to use your back muscles to pull your hips down. Try to extend and create more space underneath the back. Exhale, squeeze the abdominals. Inhale, squeeze the back muscles. So take that a few times. Now you might notice your legs are involved here. That's okay, but I want you to see if you can focus more of your attention and effort onto the back and front, the torso. Good. Gently pick your knees up and draw some circles with them. Reverse, go the other way. This is just to massage the fascia on the low back around the sacrum. Gently plant the feet down. Bring the hands down by your hips. Walk your hands towards your feet. Press the palms down. Press your feet down. Inhale, lift your hips up, bridge pose. Exhale, lower down. Let's take that 5 times. Inhale, press up, bridge pose. Exhale, lower down. So again, activating the muscles here. In this case, the glute muscles, the hamstrings, the back muscles, and then your abdominal muscles, which are also just all helping to stabilize your body. And then if you really press in, push the hands down, you're going to get some tricep work, a little bit of shoulder work as well. One more time, bridge pose, lift and hold. Keep pressing down with the arms, keep pressing down with the feet. See if you can lift up higher. Take 3 full breaths here. Gently lower the hips down. This time, bring your knees towards your armpits and grab underneath the thighs. And then rock side to side. From here, you can stay with this, or you can extend your legs so that your ankles come right over your knees, and work your hands up to either your ankles or to your feet. You can stay here nice and flat, or you can take this for a rock as well. It's called happy baby pose. And sometimes this is a nice assistance pose. You can have a friend help you give a little more pressure with gravity. So that's what's good about using the hands here. You can really pull your legs down and assist gravity in this stretch of your sacrum, of your back, of your hips. Good, place the feet back down. So we'll do this one more time, this bridge pose. Now you can stay with having the hands down and lifting the legs up, or you can press down, walk the hands together, and interlace the fingers. So this is option 2. Take some breaths here. Let's do 6 full rounds of inhalation and exhalation in the bridge pose. Good. If you have the hands interlaced, slowly release them. All right, we're gonna go back to a seated position. So you could rock yourself up and down, or you can simply just press yourself up to your side to come up. Either way. Once you come back to your seat, extend the legs out nice and long. We'll take staff pose. So for staff pose, you bring your hands by your hips, actively push the arms down, actively press your feet away as if something was here against your feet, like a wall or a block, and you could push it. And at the same time, lift your spine up nice and tall. Take 3 more breaths here, staff pose. Slowly release and begin to walk yourself forward towards your feet. Remember, you do not have to reach your feet in order for this stretch to work. As a matter of fact, the only thing you need to do to make this stretch as effective as possible is to keep breathing. As long as you're breathing, you have the ability to be, right? And as long as you have the ability to be, you have the ability to observe yourself being. So take an opportunity to observe yourself being in this space right here. One more breath. Slowly lift up and take the legs out as wide as you can. So as wide as they'll go. You were looking for some stretch here in the adductors or the inner thigh muscles. You don't have to be very far apart to necessarily feel that. So remember that your body is special and unique to you. Great. Once you get there where you feel a stretch in the inner thighs, take your hands behind your hips. Inhale, lift your chest up nice and tall and breathe. Good. Gently take the left leg, bend it in, and turn your body to face the right leg. Ideally, you want to line up your chest with your right shin, and then slowly walk your hands forward. If your foot or ankle are there, you're certainly welcome to grab on. And slowly lower the head, reaching towards the knee. So now we're starting to combine, become more complex in our movements here. We have a rotation, we have a forward fold. So we're moving the spine in all different directions to help restore its mobility. Good. Inhale, slowly lift up. And then rotate to twist towards the left. Good. Inhale, come center. Pull your left knee up. Take the right hand. Now you have 2 choices. You can wrap it around your thigh, or you can take the elbow and go on the opposite side of the thigh for an even deeper twist. Keep pressing through both feet, even though one's on the ground and one's forward. And gently release. Extend both legs back out wide. This time, once you get yourself nice and upright, extend the arms. See if you can hold the arms in space here. Engage your muscles, squeeze your fingers together, and try to wrap the arm muscles onto the arm bones. Slowly release. Pull the right leg in this time. And then rotate. Turn your chest to face your left shin and walk forward. Good. On an inhale, slowly walk yourself back up. And now twist around to the right. With each and every position, make sure that you keep breathing. Inhale, slowly come to the center. Stack your right leg up this time. Option 1, wrap your arm around your leg. Option 2, take your elbow on the opposite side of that thigh, and then rotate all the way around to the right. Good. On an inhalation, slowly release the pose. Shake it out. And then we're going to go to all fours. So turn yourself over and take a hands and knees position. This hands and knees position is a nice, ready position depending on what sport you play. If you play contact sport, you're often used to staying low. So just think about this low body position to the ground here. And I want you to look forward. So a lot of times when people look forward, they just send the neck back and they're kind of hunching at the shoulders. I want you to have a nice long neck through all of these postures. So you're going to press your hands down and drive your shoulder blades down the back. So that's that flat bone right here. I want you to actively move it towards your hips. And then at the same time, I want you to stretch your neck forward in space. And then with your eyes, look up by the brow. Okay. Good. Take a break. Bring your hips back to your heels. Stretch your arms forward for child's pose. If you're feeling very tired, you can always rest the elbows on the ground. If you're feeling a little bit more active or wanting to stay more engaged, keep the arms nice and tight. Keep the elbows straight. Inhale, slowly come forward again. Get yourself set. You want your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders. So there's a diagonal line forward, just slightly. And then your knees directly under your hips. Okay. Inhale, pull the shoulders back, stretch the head forward. Exhale, draw the navel into the spine, start to round the back. This is called cow pose. Inhale, pull the chest forward, slide the shoulders back, look up. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, extending the spine. Exhale, cat, rounding the spine. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Bring the feet together. Make your knees very wide this time as you press back to child's pose. Engage the arms, everyone, for this one. Start to ramp up that energy work, and I want you to use your fingers and grip the ground a bit. Grip your mat. Good. And you'll notice that when you move your fingers, that transfers all the way up into your shoulders. Inhale, pull yourself forward. Tuck your toes under, and now float your knees up off the ground, just a few inches here. Again, keep the shoulder blades down the back, stretch the head forward, and just push back and forth a couple of inches. This will warm up the wrists and warm up the toes and the feet. Good. Lower your legs down. Keep your left toes tucked under. Stretch that leg back for a calf stretch. Option 1, stay right here. Option 2, you can start to push back and lift your knee off the ground. Option 3, you can pull the right foot off the ground. So we're looking to stretch here at the back of this leg. Remember to keep the shoulder blades pulled down and your neck nice and long. Slowly lower your leg, your right leg if it's up, and then eventually come back to neutral. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral. Tuck the right toes under. Stretch the right leg back. Option 1, just stay like this. Option 2, press up a little bit in space, lift the left knee. Option 3, maybe lift the right knee. If your left leg is up, bring it down. Right leg bring it down. Lower onto your forearms. And then stretch both legs back for a plank pose. And hold here. Breathe in and out through the nose. Think about the long spine. If you need to take a break, you can always put your knees down and then take them back up. We'll be here for 5 more breaths. Slowly lower your lower body down and then extend the upper body up even more for the Sphinx pose. For the Sphinx pose, you want to have your elbows underneath your shoulders, stretching the fingers nice and long. Legs reach back. You want to have your tailbone, right? We did that little pelvic tilting in the beginning. We want to point the tailbone down and draw the navel up. Sphinx pose. Again, long spine, so the shoulder blades travel down the back. The head comes through. Good, take a break. Bring your arms back behind you, turn your head one way, bend your knees, and rock your feet from side to side like windshield wipers. Good, straighten your legs out and turn your head the other way. Allow your neck to stretch. Inhale, bring your forehead to the mat. Take your hands up behind you. If you have the ability to interlace them, then that will work well. If not, keep them separated, but squeeze them towards one another. Point the tailbone down towards your feet and inhale, lift your legs up as well from the hips. On your next inhalation, start to pull your head, neck, and chest up for locust pose. Hands could be interlaced. Gently release. Take the arms back in front of you and go back to the Sphinx pose. All right, from here, take your right hand and bring it inwardly. So take your right hand and place it where your left hand is, so there's a diagonal. Bend your left knee and reach back for your left foot or ankle, or maybe your pant leg or sock, okay? Use your right hand to your advantage here and press your chest up. Again, if your foot isn't near your hand, that's okay. Maybe you can grip onto a piece of clothing or just keep reaching for it. And we'll reverse. Release the leg. Bring your left arm back. Set up both hands. Take the left hand and turn it inwardly 45 degrees. Bend your right knee. Reach back for your right leg. And the tendency might be to sink in here, so use your left hand to press up. Remember, you might not be connecting your hand and your leg. That's okay. Slowly release your leg. Come back to neutral. Tuck the toes under. Bend your knees. Walk back for child's pose. This time, we're going to bring the knees together and allow the arms to relax by your feet. See if you can send your breath now, not just into the upper back, but into the lower back here. Breathe into this space. Inhale, slowly bring the hands back under you. Walk yourself forward. All right, so we have our hands and knees position. Hands again a little bit in front of the shoulders, knees right under the hips. I want you to steady yourself and inhale, lift your left leg up to the side and then back down. Do that 2 more times and try not to lean over to the right. Now, I want you to take your left leg and stretch it back 3 times. Good. All right, and now I want you to rotate your hip 3 times. So go out to the side, back, and around. And then we're going to reverse, and as you reverse, I want you to try to bring your knee closer and closer to your arm, and then we're going to take it all the way forward and step it next to your hand. Now, if this position seems just not really very accessible, like what? All of a sudden we've turned into a pretzel here. This is a great time for these blocks. So let's say having your knee and your shoulder together is not happening. That's okay. Maybe your knee and your wrist might come together. So if you lift yourself up on blocks or books or anything like that, then you might be able to more easily step this foot forward, okay? So move according to your condition. And by your condition, I mean what your body happens to be doing today, right? That's just the condition of your body today. Could be different tomorrow, could be different in an hour. So this is the lizard lunge here. And what I'd like you to do is really pull the chest forward, making the head nice and long. And you can shift a little bit back and forth here, stretching out. Good, and then tuck the toes under and back and lift your back leg. Again, if you want to move around a little bit, you can. You can simply hold the position. Try to avoid pushing your shoulders into your neck. Think about keeping your neck nice and long here. All right, so you always have the option to bring your back knee down, but I'm going to give you also the option to bring your left leg around without it. So you could do knee down, reset the knees, come to plank pose, or you can just simply push from your hands and come back to plank. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Good. Slowly lower your knees down. Inhale, lift your chest up. So do the cow pose and then pull your chest to the ground. So you've got your butt in the air, your feet in the air, and from here you're going to push forward into cobra pose. Squeeze the elbows down the back. Exhale, press back, child's pose. All right, inhale, come to all fours. Make yourself nice and steady here. Hands expand. So if you have wrist pain, any tension in the wrists, you can keep walking your hands forward. And having your arms a little further forward will create less of an angle into the wrists. I also want you to push into your fingertips. So really try to direct the weight into the fingers instead of into the wrists. Find yourself nice and steady. Inhale, open the right leg out, this time to the side 3 times. Try your best not to move into your left hand. And then go back 3 times. And then take it a few times in a circle. So out to the side, back and around. Moving through that hip. And now reverse. And as you reverse, I want you to try to pull your knee closer and closer to your arm. And then step it here. Remember, you can always utilize the blocks to make stepping a little easier. Right? Okay, I just wanted to just show you guys how that works. So here we are in the lizard lunge. Again, if it would feel good, you can move around. Keep your head nice and strong, moving forward, neck nice and long. And from here, tuck the toes under and back, lift the back leg up. Lizard lunge here. All right, we're gonna move to plank pose. So option to lower your knee, take this leg around and extend up, or option to go for it. From here to plank pose, 3 breaths. Slowly lower the knees. Inhale, lift the chest up, cow pose. Use your strong arms. Gently lower your chest and chin to the mat. Push with your feet. Push yourself through to cobra pose. Exhale, press back. Lift the hips all the way up this time. Downward facing dog. If that doesn't work for you, you can always take a child's pose. If you're not sure, give this a shot. And what I'd like you to do is imagine someone has grabbed onto your hips and is helping you lift them up in the air for downward facing dog. Take one more breath here. It's our first inversion. Having the head below the hips. Gently lower back down and come to kneel on your feet. Now, I realize that kneeling on your feet might not feel great. If you've ever sprained your ankle, I have sprained them many times. This position for the foot is quite challenging. So you can, again, sit up on something. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. It could be a rolled up towel. It could be a pillow. It could be a block. If you have a block, you would put it in between your feet or that towel or that pillow. And that way you can sit and you can see that my hips and my feet aren't touching, but the block is the substitute there. And you can make this quite high. I have been known over the course of my life to sit on 3 or 4 even blocks. Again, you can use whatever you need, whatever you have around your house to help make a sense of lift. So this is a great way to sit on your heels if sitting on your heels isn't quite right. And this also gives you the option to even tuck the toes under if that feels better. All right, so give it your best. We'll all sit here. I'm gonna go to 2 blocks for now. Bring your hands to your thighs, press your chest up nice and tall. Find the muscles that are either touching your heels or touching the block or the object and squeeze them a few times. Those are your glute muscles, top of the hamstrings. And now I want you to squeeze those muscles and send your hips forward. Good, stretch it back. And again, squeeze and send up. Good, stretch it back. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Hold there. Press down through your shins. Inhale. Tailbone down, navel up and in. So we're going to get longer. And you'll notice that the hip flexors are going to open. Good. Bring the hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, pull your chest up to your thumbs. Exhale, extend the head back. So not just drop it, but lengthen it back. Keep pressing down with your legs. Keep opening up the hips. Keep lifting up the heart. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Slowly bring it down. So that's called camel pose or Ustrasana. You're welcome to remove your blocks. We're going to go back to downward facing dog. So from here, walk the hands back out. Tuck your toes under.
Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. You can pedal the feet back and forth a little bit, get some blood flow back into the calves. All right, we're gonna do just one round of this today. So on an inhale, you're going to look forward, bring your body forward in space to a plank. Now, if when you go to the plank, you wound up like this, then you need to back up, get into your plank pose, and then send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, just one round of 5. And exhale, down dog. Warming up the shoulders a bit more. Working on coordination, balance, making sure you're breathing even when things get challenging. So inhale forward, exhale back. Last one, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do your best to just hold steady here for 3 breaths. Good. Slowly lower the knees down. This time, keep the toes tucked under as you walk back towards your heels. So, some of you are like, I wear shoes. This feels like a lot of stretch on my feet, especially if you've been wearing cleats, maybe a lifetime's worth of cleats. Just, ease into it. You could stay here. Some of you have very flexible feet. You might be able to come all the way back and even lean back. I saw someone do this the first time I learned about stretching the feet this way, and I thought that was crazy, but you just never know. You have the power to do so much if you just keep constant effort and attention to it. So whatever feels good to you here or not too terrible, you can take breaks. We'll spend about 4 more breaths working on stretching out the toes and the feet here. Beautiful. Come on back. Untuck the toes. And we're going to try a plank pose with your toes down. So instead of tucking the toes under, you're going to keep them untucked. Stretch them back, press your knees straight, and breathe for 3 breaths here. So if you've never done this before, it feels quite different on the arms and on the core muscles. Slowly release. Take your child's pose. Walk it all the way back. Keep the arms nice and strong. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Extend your left leg back. Hug your abdominals in and stretch your right arm forward this time. Inhale here, exhale, curl, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, so work on coordination and balance, as well as control. Clearly building more strength in the left arm. Last one of these, curl. Extend out. Bend your left leg and reach back. See if your hand and foot come together, great. If not, just keep reaching here in extension. Slowly release the hand. Stretch the left leg back. Stretch the right leg back, plank pose. Good. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Now from here, lift the left leg up again for down dog split. So we're trying to split the legs apart here. Lift it up as high as you can without over rotating the hips, so try to keep your left foot pointed down. And then curl, bring your knee to your nose and step your foot down into a lunge. Again, blocks can help you with this position, or a brick, or books, soup pots. Good. Once you feel steady, you can start to walk your hands up your leg to your thigh and eventually start to open up the chest. If you feel confident and steady, you're welcome to take the arms overhead. Gently bring the hands back down, framing the foot, and see if you can straighten your leg. Your back heel is lifted, your front heel is down. And take this for a few rounds. Gently lower the right knee to the ground, and once again, rise up. Back foot could be tucked or untucked. Inhale, stretch the right arm up overhead. And now once again, go elbow to knee across the body. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, elbow to knee. From here, pull your thumb to your chest and stretch the chest up to the sky. Perfectly great place to stay is here, trying to work the hand in front of the chest. You might be able to stretch the right arm up, the left, or you might press the palms together. Breathe in and out through the nose. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, bring the hands inside your leg. Tuck the toes in back. And now, once again, stretch the left arm up to the sky. Okay, so we're going to go from here to a side plank. I'm going to show you two ways. You can lower your knee down in your hand. Bring your knees back. Roll to your side. And press up. Okay? Or, from right here, you can roll your leg to your side and go right into it. So 2 ways to get there to the side plank. All right, and then slowly make your way down. If you'd like, you can lower the chin and the chest to the ground and take that cobra. We'll all eventually meet in downward facing dog. And then lower the shins to the ground. Inhale from here, extend the left leg back. Extend the right leg back. And the left arm forward. Make sure you're doing the opposite here. And bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, elbow to knee. These are sometimes called bird dogs as well. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, extend out. Place the hand and leg down. Tuck the toes, reach up and back. Downward facing dog. From here, inhale, lift that leg up. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. And try to step it through for a lunge. Once you feel steady, maybe you're coming up to blocks, grabbing up to the shin, eventually coming up to the thigh. Take your time here. You can always drop the back knee. If it feels okay, maybe you extend the arms up overhead. Slowly bring the hands back down. Take your time. Lower the back knee to the ground. Inhale, lift it up. Stretch the arm of the back leg up. And exhale, take it across. Inhale. So make sure you're doing the opposite leg here. I've flipped around just for demoing so you can see it. Good. And then pull the chest to the sternum. Maybe extend the arm up. Maybe press the palms. Slowly unwind yourself. Bring the hands inside your legs, so going to that lizard lunge shape. Tuck the toes in back, stretch it out. Inhale, reach up. All right, last very challenging move. We're going to go to Vashisthasana, which is a side plank. You can certainly lower your knee, lower your hand, rotate, press up, and then maybe go like this. Or from your twist, rotate onto the outer edge of your left foot and squeeze your legs together. If you need to take a break or put the knee down, you can certainly do that. Or just keep breathing. This is our big push here. Slowly make your way out of it. If you'd like, you can bring your knees, your chest, and your chin to the ground. Otherwise, you can skip that part and go to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to walk the feet towards the hands. Bend your knees a whole lot. Really good for the wrists and for the feet. You're going to turn your hands back so that the palm of your hand and the sole of your foot are facing one another. Give yourself a little wrist hand massage with your toes. Give yourself a little toe massage, arch massage with your hand. You can do one hand at a time, especially if this is new for you. You've not done this before. Or you can do both hands together and you can try to balance. Take 2 more breaths here. Bend your knees a whole lot. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, slowly stand up. Roll the shoulders behind the back. And roll them forward. Good. Bring your legs together as close as it feels good to you. Squeeze the palms together, stretch them up overhead. If to go overhead you need to bend your arms a little, that's okay. Bend your knees and sit down like you're in a chair. Take a few breaths here. Allow your muscles to warm. If it feels too easy, take it a little lower. Inhale, stand up. Open the arms out wide. Take some big arm circles here. And reverse. Good. Bring your legs together. Once again, take the chair, but this time with the arms out in front of you. From here, shift your weight over onto your right foot. Send your left foot back into a lunge. Inhale, come up slowly. Exhale, open the elbows out wide. Take this 3 times. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, stand back up, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Bring the feet together again. Inhale, chair pose. Shift your weight into your left leg. This time, slowly reach the right leg back for a lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open wide. Inhale. Exhale, open. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and then inhale, step it up. Exhale, bring it down. Bend your knees again like you're doing the chair, but keep the hands together this time. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Slowly pick your left leg up and cross it over. It's called figure four pose. So you can work on the balance and the stretch by sitting deep. You might even work on more stretch by reaching over. So take your time here, either reaching over or sitting up. One more breath. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, release. Hands together, sit in the chair. Shift your weight to the left now and take the right leg across. Flex your foot, so toes turn down towards the ground, and then sit down. Or maybe reach over. Concentrate here. On an inhalation, rise up. Stretch the arms out. Bring your arms up like goalposts. Spread the fingers wide. We're going to take eagle arms here. So pull the arms in and sit the right arm inside the left arm. Right arm inside the left. Now, from here, you can press the hands together so the backs of the hands come together, or you might be able to sneak it around and get the fronts of the hands together. So it's 1, 2, or 3, okay? Doesn't matter which. Whichever you've got. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, open the arms out wide. Point the fingers back. Look up. Deep breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms. We'll switch. This time you're going to sit your left arm in your right. Backs of the hands together. Do the other one, whichever one it is. Or maybe the fronts of the hands together. Either way. Backs, stretch out, backs, fronts. Wherever you are, inhale, arms up. Exhale, squeeze them down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, unwind, shake them out. So for our final pose today, we're going to go for eagle pose. So eagle pose is a great pose, it's a balance pose. It's certainly a stretching pose. It's challenging your mobility, it's challenging your flexibility, but it's mostly challenging your concentration and endurance. It's a single-legged pose. So we're going to use these arms, whatever you did. And similar to having the ankle cross, we're going to cross over thigh. You might be able to tuck that foot behind your calf. Okay? So option, 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 option. Move according to your condition. The key is to keep breathing. To help with that, I highly recommend that you send your gaze, you make your visual focus on one point out in front of you. So give it a whirl, the eagle pose. Send your hips down in space. Inhale the arms up, goalposts. You're going to shift your weight onto your right leg and cross either at the ankle, at the thigh, or at the thigh and the calf. Good. From here, you're going to take your left arm under and your right arm up. You might be in the arm stretch. You might have the backs of the hands together or the fronts. Eagle pose. Concentrate on your point. So this is the position of rest that an eagle would take. On your next breath, start to become energized, ready for flight, and then on the next one, fly open. Good, shake it out. All right, last pose, standing up today, the eagle pose. Slowly sit your hips down in space, arms up like goalposts. Shift your weight to your left foot this time. Cross over at the ankle, the thigh, or maybe even wrap around. From here, the right arm is going under, left arm on top. Maybe squeeze the backs of the hands, maybe the front. Sit down and breathe. Inhale to get ready, and on the next inhale, fly open, stretch it out. We're going to come all the way down to laying down for our final resting pose called Shavasana. You're welcome to get there any way you want. If you want to take one last little challenge here, you can try to come down in one move, which would be to stretch the arms up, slowly bend at the knees, lower down without your arms. Stretch all the way out and rest. You don't have to get there this way, get there any way that's safe for you. When you get to the ground, you are going to lie with your legs flat, arms open. If you have any tension in the low back, you can put a little cushion there, or you can bend the knees. You can also put something underneath your knees if that would help, or underneath your neck. We'll only be here for a few moments. So just breathe easily in and out through the nose. Start to allow your body to soften. Allow your body to take rest. There's no need for work anymore. So allow yourself to feel the ground beneath you, whatever surface is holding you up, and notice how the ground beneath you, that surface, is in fact holding you up. You don't actually have to hold yourself up right now. You can just be completely as you are. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Notice your body as it moves in order to allow the breath in and to allow the breath out. Take a moment of wonderment and awe at your amazing body, this vessel that carries you everywhere. Begin to stretch into this vessel, wiggling the fingers, toes, moving the wrists and the ankles, and eventually bending the knees and the elbows, hips and shoulders. Slowly bring your legs up to you. Wrap your arms around your legs. Gently roll onto your side. And take a pause here in the fetal position. At the end of a yoga practice, it's very common to go to Shavasana, which is the most important part. We just did that, where we absorbed our practice, which is called corpse pose, and then to be reborn, renew, by moving through the fetal position and eventually up to a seat. Remember that your cells are constantly regenerating, that you are a new person, a new body each and every moment. So take that idea, that understanding with you, and know that you are reborn here. Take a deep breath into that. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale through the mouth. Breathe out. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. One more time. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. If the eyes are closed, gently blink them open. It was a pleasure to be with you here with Team DC. Again, my name is Lisa Joy Glassman. I'm with Active Potential. If you're interested in more classes like this, yoga for athletes, yoga in general, I teach a fundamentals class every week. If you're interested in more of the meditation classes that I've done, please check out Facebook and Instagram for these opportunities. And if you'd like to come to chair yoga, that also happens every week. I hope that you check out the silent auction at Team DC is running through tomorrow. And I look forward to being with you again in the future. Have a wonderful and refreshing Sunday. Namaste.